Today, after a man was shot twice in a downtown bus shelter just after 1 p.m. on November 28th, police might finally have a suspect. The 29-year-old is John William Millet. He was arrested last night on relation. Plus,
so who was the one? Sam.
The jury finally makes a decision on the Phoenix inquiry. We'll show you what happened and who's to blame for it. Also today, after a sexual assault on a bus leaves Pembina Trail School Division no hesitation to install cameras on all buses.
CTV News.
Live from Winnipeg, WKGM Pulse Live. Trevor Pascal.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining me. This is a quick update, which you'll be seeing tonight on WKGM Pulse News at 6. A Manitoba woman and her common-law husband have been found guilty of her first-degree murder and the death of the woman's 5-year-old daughter. Phoenix Sinclair had been repeatedly abused and neglected prior to her death. Samantha Kimak and Kari McKay were charged after Phoenix's body was found wrapped in plastic bags and buried in a shallow grave. CTV's Kelly Dunn has more.
Sorry, Phoenix.
As Samantha Kimak apologizes to her dead daughter, the camera is rolling inside an RCMP interrogation room. Left alone for a few minutes, this was the day her secret unraveled, as the RCMP discovered the girl had been killed 9 months before. Phoenix Sinclair was just 5 years old.
I know you know what happened.
Constable Tara Cleland Hall spent hours talking to Kimak, trying to get the woman to talk.
Now, you told me before that you weren't the one that beat her. So who was the one?
But Kimak remained silent.
Sam.
Kimak pointed the finger at her common-law husband, Carl Wesley McKay.
I think she died because he pushed her really hard on the floor. She banged her head really hard.
Did you do that to her on purpose, or was it something that was beyond your control?
But in a different interrogation room, Corporal Norm Charette was trying to get answers from McKay.
She didn't have to die like that. Harry, do you agree? It's horrible, eh? You know what? I'm glad I see you like that, because you know what? It tells me you have feelings. You care. I'm happy to see you like that, man. Because you care. I know you do.
It's a little touch that may have provoked a response. McKay, overcome with emotion, says he tried to save the little girl by performing CPR. And he added that Kimak was equally to blame.
Did Samantha do anything to her that day?
Yeah, she just beats her up.
How does she beat her up?
She hits her.
Yeah.
I tried so hard not to do anything, you know.
Both were charged with first-degree murder, in part because evidence indicated the girl may have been at times forcibly confined to the basement. Still, her mother denies any guilt.
I didn't kill her, I know that. I didn't.
Kimak later says it was an accident that got out of hand. And much too late for it to make any difference, the apology comes out.
You had a whole life ahead of you, Phoenix. And it was all taken away from you. You didn't deserve any of this. Nobody does.
Kelly Den, CTV News, Winnipeg.
Police have arrested a person of interest in a brazen shooting in front of Portage Place Mall that happened on November 28th. The 29-year-old John William Millet was arrested around 8 o'clock last night in the 600 block of McGee Avenue. There is no word yet that he has been charged with any of the crimes. Just before 1 p.m. on November 28th, police and ambulances responded to a shooting at a bus stop on Portage Avenue near Edmonton Street. 29-year-old man was shot twice and rushed to hospital in serious condition, but has since been upgraded to stable condition. He has now been released from hospital. Police seized more than $20,000 worth of crack cocaine following the arrest of 2 men for drug offenses on Tuesday. The men were arrested during an investigation in the area of Lansdowne Avenue and Parr Street, just in the North End. After the arrests, police raided a residence in the 600 block of Lansdowne Avenue, and they found more than $20,000 worth of crack cocaine, including almost 800 crack rocks. They also found $70,000 worth of marijuana and $400 of cash. A 25-year-old man and 26-year-old man faced drug trafficking charges, and they were released on a promise to appear. Another drug bust happened in Norway House Cree Nation. 14 packages of marijuana and 36 packages of crack cocaine were seized there, and a 38-year-old woman and an 18-year-old man are now facing drug charges. A 19-year-old disabled student was sexually assaulted on a bus. Her 65-year-old bus driver was accused, and now Pembina Trails is installing cameras on all buses with audio and GPS. The superintendent tells WKGM Pulse News that this will cost about $100,000, but could be installed as soon as the new year. Taking a look now at your Skywatch weather forecast, it was cold morning, but now we're starting to see some snow, and that started earlier this afternoon. Taking a look at your live eye right now.
Not too bad. Heading to your current conditions, minus 14 right now. Winds from the south at 28 kilometers, and your barometer is falling.
Well, we're heading to a break, but when we come back, CTV investigates the closure of Penthouse Furniture, and we'll also have a complete look at your Skywatch weather forecast. WKGM Pulse News continues in 2.
Well, your 7-day forecast looks like this. Flurries tomorrow and cold, minus 26. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, sunny and cold. Thursday, looking better at minus 18. Friday, trying to get some better temperatures at minus 17. And Saturday, minus 21.
The doors are locked and the homemade sign says closed for inventory, but much of the inventory was being loaded on trucks earlier this week, and that has many Penthouse Furniture customers wondering what has happened to the furniture they ordered. CTV's Stacey Ashley explains.
No. He thought he was getting a deal. Instead, Stephen Sandcar is out $2,400. Last week, he bought furniture at Penthouse's going out of business sale. Then on Wednesday, he got a call saying he won't be getting his order.
Well, I feel ripped off. I mean, they did a hell of a job trying to, advertise for this closing out sale, and I was by on Saturday again to look at some other furniture, and everything looked like it was sold inside, but nothing was packed up to go.
Closed for inventory, all PUs at Sargent.
The doors at the Princess Street store are locked. Wanda Trepanovic decided to come down here herself. She's still waiting for a dining room set, a family Christmas present.
We'll be eating Christmas dinner on the floor, I don't know, or in the kitchen, and that's no fun.
She paid cash last week and at the time had doubts.
And my question was to the girl at the counter, well, is there any problems? You're closing the doors. When are you closing the doors? And she said, oh, no, not for a while.
The company that owns Penthouse is called Nefco. It also owns Furniture Galleria and Leather Warehouse. CTV News tried to contact the company for days, but our calls were not returned.
When we dialed Furniture Galleria, this is what we got.
Furniture Galleria is now closed. We thank you for your patronage. If you have an outstanding order, please be assured that it will be fulfilled by our parent company, Nefco Furniture.
Leather Express had the same message. While CTV News was working on this story, a man claiming to be with the company confronted our camera.
Get that camera out of here now, please. This is my property, not yours. Get the off.
I feel bad for everybody that's purchased furniture, and let's see what we can do to get our money back.
Stacey Ashley, CTV News, Winnipeg.
Now, WKGM Pulse News will be tracking this story. We know we don't have an answer for you yet, but we still are trying to get this story up for you. We still need answers, and we are investigating this ever so clearly on how a business can do this. And, of course, we will follow this as it comes through. And that's what's making news this hour for News Now. You can visit us on the web at WKGMPulseNews.tk or visit us on our YouTube channel to catch up on the latest, these stories and more, of course, tonight on WKGM Pulse News at 6. Have a great afternoon, everyone. We'll see you at 6.